This house costs more than most small towns. $500 million. That's the price of one single mansion. It sits behind toll gates, hidden from the street, guarded day and night. Most people will never see it, but today, you will. This mansion is not just a home, it is a signal, a message to the world about power, money, and status. According to real estate sources, homes like this are owned by less than 0.001% of people alive. That's fewer than 1 in 100,000. And here's the shocking part. This mansion may not even be used. Some rooms may stay empty for years. Lights off, beds untouched, pools perfectly clean. Why would someone spend $500 million on a house they barely live in? That question opens a door most people never walk through, because behind this mansion are secrets about how modern wealth really works. Today, you'll discover 3 things. First, how a single home can cost more than a private jet fleet. Second, why billionaires buy houses like this instead of companies. And third, the hidden system that turns luxury homes into financial weapons. But the truth behind this will shock you. This mansion is not about comfort, it is about control. Let me show you exactly how this happened. To understand this mansion, we need to zoom out, way out. Over the last 20 years, global wealth has exploded. Not for everyone, but for the very top. According to public data, the number of billionaires has more than doubled since the early 2000s. With that wealth came a problem. Where do you park that much money? Banks feel risky. Stocks move fast. Cash loses value to inflation. So the ultra-rich turn to something solid, land. But not just any land, super prime real estate. These are homes priced above $50 million. They exist in places like New York's Billionaires Row, Bel Air in Los Angeles, Palm Jumeirah in Dubai, Mayfair and Hyde Park in London. A $500 million mansion sits at the very top of this world. Reportedly, these homes are often bought by hedge fund founders, tech moguls, or royal-linked investors. Some names stay hidden. Ownership is masked behind trusts or shell companies. That's legal in many countries, and it adds mystery. Now here's the first surprise. Many of these mansions are custom-built before a buyer even exists. Developers spend years and hundreds of millions up front. Why would they take that risk? Because they are not selling a house, they are selling a symbol. Another surprise. These homes are often marketed privately. No listings, no open houses, no photos online. Buyers are flown in quietly, NDAs are signed. It's a different universe. And the final setup twist. The price is not based on materials alone. Yes, there is Italian marble. Yes, there are gold fixtures. But the real value comes from scarcity. There are only so many plots with the right view, laws, and status. Once they're gone, they're gone. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Let's step inside. Imagine the front door. It's not wood. It's a custom alloy, built to stop explosions. The foyer is taller than a 4-story building. Light pours in from a glass ceiling. That glass alone reportedly cost over $5 million. To put that in context, that's more than 100 average homes in the US. The mansion spans roughly 100,000 square feet. The average US home is about 2,300 square feet, so this is over 40 times larger. Inside there are 15 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, multiple kitchens, a private cinema with stadium seating, a wellness spa with cryotherapy and medical-grade equipment. Not medical advice, just luxury. There's a garage for 30 cars. Some spaces are built only for display. One room exists just to show a sculpture. Another room holds a single dining table carved from one tree. That tree was shipped across continents. Now here's the wow moment. This mansion costs about $1.50 per second to own. That includes staff, security, upkeep, and taxes. Every second, even when no one is home. Why would that make sense? Because this mansion is not just a home, it's an asset. Sources suggest these properties are often bought in cash. No mortgage. That means no bank control, no interest payments. For someone with billions, parking $500 million here can feel safe. And here's the clever part. In some regions, luxury homes rise faster in value than inflation, sometimes faster than stocks, especially when money floods into safe cities during global crises. So while the house looks quiet, it's working. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear this. The real power of this mansion is invisible. It's not the marble, it's not the view, it's the structure. Many ultra-luxury homes are owned through complex entities, trusts, holding companies, offshore vehicles. These terms sound complex. So here's a simple version. The house is owned by a company. The company is owned by a trust. The trust benefits one person or family. This setup can offer privacy. It can also help with taxes, depending on the country. According to legal experts, this is common at the top level. Now add another layer. Some of these mansions are used as collateral. That means the owner can borrow money against the house without selling it. So the mansion just sits there, growing in value, unlocking cash when needed. This is how wealth stacks. Then there's the global angle. Money from Asia, the Middle East, and Europe often flows into US and UK property. Why? Stable laws, strong currencies, prestige. Owning a mansion in London or Los Angeles sends a message. It says, "I've arrived." Now the contrast. For locals, prices rise, neighborhoods change. A single $500 million sale can reset prices for miles around. Homes that once cost $2 million jump to $5 million. This pushes out families, changes cities, all from one transaction. Insiders reportedly call this the halo effect. One mega sale lifts the entire market, and here comes the twist. Some of these mansions are never meant to be lived in. They are wealth vaults, like gold bars, but with views. Lights stay off, staff rotate, security stays tight. The mansion becomes a quiet bank. This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. The $500 million mansion is not about luxury. It's about the future of money. Here's why. According to financial historians, when wealth concentrates, assets change. In the past, kings built castles. Later, industrialists built factories. Today's elites build fortresses of glass and stone, but this time they float. Capital moves across borders fast. A mansion anchors it. And here's the big reveal. These homes help protect wealth during chaos. When markets crash, money runs to safety. Prime real estate is seen as a shield. During global shocks, prices at the top often hold. Sometimes they rise. That creates a gap. Those inside the system protect wealth. Those outside feel the cost. This mansion represents that divide. One building, two realities. For the owner, it's security. For the city, it's pressure. Now connect the dots. Developers build bigger. Cities compete for the rich. Laws adjust. And the cycle repeats. This is not accidental. It's structural. The mansion is a symptom and a tool. So what does all this mean for us today? If you're watching this, you might think, this has nothing to do with me, but it does. These mansions shape markets. They influence housing costs. They signal where money is moving. For young people, this matters. It affects rent. It affects jobs. It affects opportunity. In the short term, expect more of these homes. Global wealth is still growing, so is competition for safe assets. In the long term, cities may push back. Some already are. Taxes on empty homes, transparency laws, foreign buyer rules, but money adapts fast. The lesson here is not envy, it's awareness. Understanding how wealth moves helps you see patterns early. Maybe you won't buy a mansion, but you can watch where the rich invest. That's often where change starts. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. The biggest surprise. These mansions are fragile, they look permanent, but they depend on systems, laws, stability, global trust. If those change, values can fall fast. A $500 million mansion is only worth that if someone else believes it is. This brings us back to the start. That silent house behind gates. It's not just luxury, it's a bet. A bet on cities, on countries, on the future. Some bets win, some don't, and that makes these homes far more human than they seem. If this opened your eyes, let's recap. A $500 million mansion is not just a home, it's a financial tool, it's a status symbol, and it's a mirror of our economy. Behind the beauty is strategy. Behind the silence is movement. If you enjoyed this deep look into hidden wealth, hit subscribe. We break down money, power, and luxury every week. Like the video if something surprised you, and comment below. Would you live in a mansion like this, or does it feel like too much? If you want to go deeper, watch our next video on how billionaires protect wealth during crises. You don't want to miss it. See you there.